Hi friends, and happy Thursday. Today is a special day because it is April 2nd. And on April 2nd, we celebrate World Autism Awareness Day. So April is Autism Awareness Month, but as you know, every year on April 2nd, we all light it up blue in support of our friends with autism. So this year, all of your teachers got shirts, and it says, "In a world where you can be anything, be kind." But unfortunately, we are not at school this year. So I'm going to be reading you guys a special read aloud. And then your teachers have sent in some pictures of them lighting it up blue or wearing their special Autism Awareness shirt. So I will share those at the end. But to begin, we are going to read a story, and it's called We're Amazing 1, 2, 3. And this story is a Sesame Street story, as you can see. But right here it says, a story about friendship and autism. So kindness and friendship go hand in hand. And autismspeaks.org is a great resource for you guys to check out if you want more information about autism or resources. But this year, their goal is to have kindness. It's a year of kindness, which is really cool that our shirts have the word kind on them. So, while we're reading this story, think about kindness, think about your friends, think about friendship, right? So I'm going to read you the back of the story, and it says, Elmo's friend Julia does some things a little differently. But in many ways, she is just like Elmo and all of his Sesame Street friends. She wants to have fun. She's also just like you and me because we're all amazing. So this story is all about Julia, and Julia is Elmo's friend who has autism. So you can see sometimes she thinks a little bit differently, but they are great friends and they have so much fun together. Okay, let's begin. We're amazing 1, 2, 3. There they are, and there's her friend Abby. We're amazing 1, 2, 3. This is a picture of Elmo's friend Julia. Elmo and Julia have played together since they were really little. They like to do lots of the same things. Elmo likes blocks. He builds really tall block towers. He also likes to knock them down. Crash! Julia likes blocks too. She lines them up in a row. Cool wall, Elmo says. Elmo likes to play with his toy cars and trucks. So does Julia. She especially likes spinning the wheels around and around. Elmo and Julia both like playing games on the tablet. Elmo looks at the screen and giggles. Banana begins with the letter C, he says. Julia laughs. No, it doesn't, she says loudly. Julia goes with Elmo to the playground because they both love to swing. They even made up a swinging song. Swingy swing, swingity swing, they chant. Abby arrives at the playground. Hi, Elmo, says Abby. Who's your friend? This is Julia. Julia, this is Abby, Elmo says. But Julia doesn't look at Abby. Hi, Abby calls loudly, but Julia doesn't answer. Your friend doesn't like me, says Abby sadly. Elmo doesn't think that's true, Elmo says. It's just hard for her to talk when she's swinging. So Abby waits till Julia is done. Hi, Julia, she says again. Can I play with you and Elmo? But Julia just looks down. Abby is confused. Elmo's daddy told Elmo that Julia has autism, Elmo says. So she does things a little differently. Sometimes Elmo talks to Julia using fewer words, and sometimes Elmo says the same thing a few times. Can I play? Abby asks Julia. Can I play? But Julia doesn't look at Abby. Oh, and sometimes Elmo waits a long time for Julia to answer, Elmo adds. So Abby and Elmo wait. Finally, Julia says, play with Abby and Elmo? Sparkle-tastic! Fantastic, Abby says. What should we play? Julia says, Spy? I spy. I love that game, Abby says. I spy with my little eye a blue feather. Julia looks around. She quickly spots something, runs over to it, and comes back with a feather. She laughs and flaps her hands around and around. Flapping is what Julia does when she's excited. Elmo jumps up and down, and Abby spins in a pirouette. That's what they do when they're excited. You're an expert at I Spy, Julia, Abby says. Julia starts to sing. She has a pretty voice. She sounds loud and happy. Wow, your singing is really pretty, Julia, says Abby. She joins in, but she forgets the words to the next song. She asks Elmo what comes next. Elmo thinks, sorry, Elmo doesn't remember. But Julia remembers. She remembers the words to song after song. The three new pals sing together for a long time. So what should we do next? Asks Elmo. Snack, says Julia, off to Hooper's store. But inside Hooper's store, Julia seems scared. She claps her hands over her ears. What's the matter? Asks Abby. Julia has really good ears, Elmo explains. Sometimes she hears noises that Elmo doesn't notice, like the noise the blender makes. She really doesn't like that. Don't worry, guys, says Alan. I'll turn the blender off. Then Julia takes her hands away from her ears. Hot cocoa for me, Abby decides. Hot cocoa for Elmo, too, Elmo says. But now Julia seems worried. She shakes her head back and forth. No, hot, she says. Alan thinks for a minute. Cold chocolate milk for you, Julia, he tells her. Thanks, Elmo and Abby say. 1, 2, 3 mugs, Julia counts. Yeah, and 1, 2, 3 friends, Abby counts, pointing to each of them. And 3 friends sip their drinks, and 1, 2, 3 milk mustaches, counts Elmo, giggling. We're all amazing. 1, 2, 3. The end. So I really love that story, and I love our friends are so kind to each other. So today, for World Autism Awareness Day, I'm going to encourage you guys to wear blue in support of our friends with autism. And then also, if you guys want more information, there's a ton of videos on YouTube, and there's the autismspeaks.org is a really cool resource. There's a ton of stuff. Maybe your parents help you get on there. Whatever you guys need to do. But I'm going to leave you with a message. In a world where you can be anything, be kind. And here are some of your teachers also wearing blue and supporting our World Autism Awareness Day. Have a great rest of your Thursday. Bye, friends.